Alright, welcome to a special edition of Backwoods Teacher. We're skipping through the intro to get right down to brass tacks here. The purpose of this video is to give some explanation to parents and students about the idea of moving to a paperless classroom and why we're doing it and what's expected and how it will help. Alright. Since we are a backwoods teacher, we often try to use kind of a backwoods way of explaining things, so I'm going to give you all an analogy here with education and how we think about things in class. Life, you see, is like one big Easter egg hunt. Everyone gets the same start. There are more eggs than people. Sometimes some people are at the front of the line, some people are at the back, and sometimes somebody's got a bigger, better basket, but oh well. Some people, they go out and they find one egg and they quit. Some people pout and say, I ain't playing at all because little so-and-so's got a better basket than I do. Some people won't even quit after the sun goes down. They keep on looking for every single Easter egg that might be out there. My favorite ones, they're the ones that don't have a basket and they lift their shirt up and start putting eggs in that. They find a way to get it done. Some people sit around though and they complain because the other guy got $1 and all they got was melted chocolate in their plastic egg. But the longer you look, the more determined to understand you are, the more likely you are to succeed. And that's what we're about here at Backwoods Teachers, helping you to succeed. So if you want to succeed in class, make up your mind you're going to look everywhere. And by look, I mean when we give you a task to look something up or look up a question or find an answer to something, you can't just go to the first site and grab that first Easter egg because it might just have melted chocolate or a little bug in it. Don't give up, boys and girls. We believe in you. Okay, one of my main goals is to teach you to teach yourself. I want you to leave this class with some skills that will help you to keep on learning when you get a professor or another teacher that is even less exciting than I am. The laptop that you are going to be given and the smartboard that we now have in class create opportunities for you to learn at your own pace and communicate what you learned in your own way. And you will be communicating what you learned. That is a good way to show what you know, and it's a good skill. You're going to be learning skills that will help you with life outside of high school. And yes, there is life outside of high school, and it is sometimes really exciting. Okay, up until now, basically for the last 20 years, I've been using what is known as a teacher-directed classroom. There's nothing wrong with teacher-directed classrooms. A lot of people use them, and many people use them much better than I ever did. But I want to bring about a change because I think it'll be better for me and better for, more importantly, you, the students. So, in this classroom, what you have is a teacher lecturing or giving notes. The students are sitting there taking notes or reading from the text. And on the board, you know, the information is like written on the board, it's in the text, so on. In this teacher-directed classroom, the teacher is the expert. Oh, by the way, take a deep breath. You don't need to write any of this down. You see how cool this is already? This is a video. You can go back to it anytime. I'm already giving you electronic notes here. Anyway, in this classroom, the teacher is the expert. The lecture, they give information. The book's the main source of information. The students look for answers to section reviews and worksheets, but they don't really read and know what they're supposed to know. The worksheets ask questions that are found in a few paragraphs in the book. So back to the Easter egg hunt, it's kind of like your Easter egg consists of like, you know, hiding the eggs in the kitchen or in the hallway. It's not real exciting. Your homework is usually another worksheet, and then you get tests and quizzes, and students don't know the scores of those tests until a poor teacher gets them graded. Okay, this is what we're switching to. It's basically called Student-Centered Learning. It's not a new idea. No, I did not invent it. Many other people invented this idea, and I'm just now catching up. Your teacher will introduce lessons. Most of the time, I will introduce lessons in a Backwoods teacher video, which is what this is. Occasionally, I'll be lazy and I will just tell you what you're learning and give you a spoken introduction. It depends on how well you can listen. You will often be given links to documents that have the concepts you're supposed to know. So instead of me, the teacher, telling you, the student, or if it's the parent listening, instead of me telling your child, go read this, you're not given a test over chapter 1, you're going to be given a test over a set of concepts. Next, in addition to those concepts, there will be some terms, places, and ideas that you should know. Those things are usually found in the concepts. So, if one of the concepts is that the Portuguese explored routes around Africa before, and routes to India before Christopher Columbus, then you might need to know where India is. Just simple things like that. So the terms are going to be things that help you to understand the concepts. In addition to that, you'll be directed to websites and reading materials. I suggest, highly, strongly suggest, when I tell you to read a website and go to some place and read, you need to read that stuff. That's where the information is going to be. One final thing on this, if you've ever lost directions to an assignment or lost a worksheet, well, that won't happen anymore. It'll always be on the internet. So that one won't work. And your dog is not on the internet. Darn it. Okay. In terms of assignments and grading, this also will be much easier and much more meaningful. You can expect at least 3 assignments per period. Some of the assignments, you'll also get a quiz at least every other class, and the assignments will often have a time limit. This way, when you open the assignment up, especially a graded assignment, you'll open it up, you will have so long to work on it. That should encourage you to make use of your time and not check your text messages or your Facebook status or your Twitter retweeting, whatever you call it. You'll be getting participation grades. So some of the assignments, like the first assignment, will probably be one where we're reviewing, and if you're speaking and communicating, raising your hand and being involved, you'll get a grade for participation. And many of the assignments are going to be on Teacherese. Those will be electronically submitted. I'll go over that another time, as soon as you get your laptops. There will be projects and papers or other types of assignments, and we'll figure out different ways to submit those and get those. Tests and quizzes will be done on Teacherese, and your grades are going to be automatic. Yep, instant, like right away, so Mom and Dad can see them that night. Yeah, I'm liking this already. Okay, just some more information about why we're doing this. You can't have history without a story. History is just a set of stories. So it's similar to English class, we just don't diagram the sentences. We won't get this story from a textbook. You're now going to get the story from several sources. You may have to read different websites like the History Channel. Sometimes I'll direct you to one. Sometimes you have to find them. One thing I want to tell you, though, is that there's nothing wrong, in my opinion, with watching videos if it's a meaningful, good video with someone that's knowledgeable telling you about a subject. There are many of these things on YouTube. I watch them, okay, and you need just to watch them with a grain of salt and make sure they're not telling you about UFOs and such. But so you'll go to teacher-assigned websites, videos, and readings. And then you can also find websites, videos, and readings. I'm encouraging you to do that responsibly. Either way, you still need to get the story. You still need to take time to read and not just grab the first Easter egg. It's not going to work like that. All right, one of the ways that you will be assessed, which is a fancy word for graded, is whether or not you can give a passable version of the story. So we'll work on that. I'll explain what I want you to do, but you're going to give me information back in the form of a story. All right. We will take notes, but you'll be taking notes on your own. I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'm going to show you several different ways to do it. Maybe some of you have ways that can be helpful, and I can include them in my class system. An important note on notes. If you are someone that has been very successful using a paper notebook, that's like, a real notebook with lines in it, go for it. By all means, keep your own notebook. I don't mind at all. That's great. If you're already taking notes, that's wonderful. Okay, we're getting close to the end. Internet safety and common sense. Rule number 1, just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's true. Rule number 2, there are creeps, weirdos, bigots, jerks, and politicians on the internet. You need to watch out. Think about what you're looking at. If you get into something that's questionable, get out. If you flash in and out of something on accident, it's not a big deal. If you're looking at something with, swastikas and other nonsense, well, then you need to get out of that. Or if this guy's looking for you. Anyway, rule number 3, you need to cross-check everything. So at least if you read something, you might want to look it up and see if you find the same answer somewhere else. I'll explain that more later as well. One final note. This will be new for everyone. My goal is to make a better learning experience and make my class and school a place you enjoy and succeed. Parents and students, please feel free to contact me and let me know suggestions and concerns you may have. So, here you are. You've made it this far with your helmet, your training wheels, and someone pushing you along. Maybe last year you even got a little ways on your own, on your bike, and you screamed, "Look at me." Boom, maybe some of you fell down once in a while. But by the end of this year, yeah, you're going to be awesome.